Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Zapron Ernest, a teacher at Ali Muntazir Islamic Seminary, Girls Wing. Today, I'll be finishing my revision paper, which I gave to my Form 1 students. And we have done all these questions, okay, but some questions we are skipping because they are not part of the topics that I gave for the upcoming midterm test. So I'll be helping my students to finish up some questions which are pending, but perhaps most probably for students who are sitting in 1G1 because they did not finish up the whole paper. So stay tuned. So there we go. So where did we end? I guess with 1G2, we have pushed a lot of stuffs. But with 1G1, I guess we have, we just ended here. Okay, we just ended there. Now, this is a question which we should be looking for. Okay, without further delay, now let me start. So this is where we're gonna start from. So we have this question here. The cost to hire a hall is $20 plus $15 per hour. So you are given that the cost to hire a hall is $20 plus $15 per hour. So that means if you are hiring this hall for, say, 1 hour, for 1 hour, you need first to pay $20, then plus $15. How about for 2 hours? You're gonna do the same thing. You need to pay first $20 plus $15 times 2 because you are talking about for 2 hours. So for 1 hour, it is $20 plus $15 times 1. And for 2 hours, it will be $20. It will be $20. Again, you plus $15 times 2 because they're saying the cost to hire a hall is $20 plus $15 per hour. Now, what if you are hiring a hall for 3 hours? You're going to pay the same thing, $20, you plus $15 for 3 hours, so you need to multiply by 3. Now, the question is, write down the formula for the cost C, write down the formula for the cost C to hire the hall for H hours. Okay, to hire the hall for H hours, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do the same thing. You need to pay $20 first. You need to pay $20 and then plus $15 times H because they said you have hired the hall for H hours. So the cost will be C equals to $20 plus $15 times H. Now to avoid confusion, simply write your formula as follows: 20 and ignore the dollar sign, plus 15 times H. Or you can simply write 20 plus 15 times H is 15H. So 15 times H is 15H. So you can write C equals to 20 plus 15 times H, or you can simply write C equals to 20 plus 15H. I think this is the best option. So go for that. All right, so that is clear. So you can pause the video and go ahead copying the solution there. So there we go. The next question is use the formula to work out the cost to hire the hall for 6 hours. Okay. Now we are given the formula. We are given we later got the formula. The formula we got is C for the cost equals to $20 plus 15H. Now, if you hire the hall for 6 hours, so we expect the cost to be equal to $20 plus 15 times H. Now, this H is 6 hours. So you go ahead and multiply by 6. This will be C equals to 20 plus 15 times 6 is 90. Then when you add those, you're going to get $110. So the cost here will be $110. So don't put a dollar sign there because the dollar sign is put for you. So you just go ahead writing the number 110. Okay, so you can pause this video and try to copy these calculations. Otherwise, let us proceed. So the formula is $20 plus 15H. So this is the formula which we got, and then you use it to calculate the cost to hire the hall for 6 hours. Okay, right, so that question ends there. Then we have another question there. We have this question here. Pink paint is made by mixing 9 parts white. So you have 9 parts white. So you're going to write 9 parts white like this. So you write here 9 white. So pink paint is made by mixing 9 parts of white paint with 5 parts. This is mixed with 5 parts red. Okay, now find the number of parts of red. Find the number of parts of red. We are supposed to find the red needed to mix with 54 parts of white color. So 54 white. That will be equal to how much? So this is just a simple cross multiplication like that. So you're going to have 54. You're going to have 54 times 5. 54 times 5. The answer you get, you divide by 9. And then go ahead simplifying if this is possible by 3. Can it go? Okay, by 9, this is 1. By 9, this is 6. 6 times 9, that is 54. And then you have 6 times 5. You end up getting 30. So the question is, find the number of parts of red paint needed to mix with 54 parts of white paint. So the answer is 30. The answer is 30. So go ahead and write 30 there. And then you're good to go. Okay, so just pause the video so that you can start copying this calculation and then move to the next question. Okay, so we have this question here. The graph shows Angelic journey. The graph shows Angelic journey to work. So Angelic is going to work, starting from somewhere there. Let me try to zoom out because this seems to be huge. So there we go. The graph shows Angelic journey to work. So Angelic is starting here at 8 o'clock, and the distance at 8 o'clock was 0. And this is the journey that Angelic is going through. Okay, now what is the question? The question is, write down the number of minutes Angelic stops for during her journey. Okay, so we are supposed to write down the number of minutes Angelic stops. Okay, now which part of the journey, which part on this graph shows that Angelic was resting? Which part of the journey? So the part which shows that Angelic was resting is this part which is flat, this part here, which is flat. At this point here is when Angelic was resting. Now we are supposed to find the number of minutes Angelic stops for during her journey. So we are supposed to work out for how long Angelic stopped. So how do we do that? We have to read the time, we have to read the time at which break started. So the break started at 8:30 and ended somewhere here and ended somewhere here. So we need to calculate the time when the break or the rest started. So the rest started at this time, 8:30, and ended at that time there. So we need to find this time represents how much, okay? So there we go. So the start of the rest is 8:30, This is the start of the rest. And the end of the rest is this time here. So we need to calculate each small line equals how many minutes. So in order to calculate how many minutes each small line equals to, you take this number here, which is 9:30, you minus with this number here, which is 9:00. So you'll get something like 30. Now 30, you need to divide by how many small lines are there. Each division, we need to work out how many divisions are there between 9 and 9:30. So how many divisions are there? 9 and 9:30, we have how many divisions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So go ahead, divide it by 10. So you're going to have each line equals to 3 minutes. Okay. Can you see that? So each line equals to 3 minutes, meaning this is 9 o'clock, 9:03, 9:06, 9:09, 9:12, 9:15. So 9:15, the rest ends there. So the rest ends at 9:15. Let me check it again. We have each line equals to 3 minutes. So this will be 9, 9:03, 9:09, 9:12. This is, sorry, let me check it again. This is 9:03, 9:06, 9:09, 9:12. Here will be 9:15. If you keep going, 9:15, 9:18, 21, 24, 27, then 9:30. So I'm correct. So at this point here, it is 9:15. Okay, now the question is, write down the number of minutes Angelique stops for during her journey. So you need to take the end time, which is 09:15, then take away 08:30. See that? Subtract that. Okay, so 15 minus 30 is not possible. So you have to take 1 hour from here. You remain with 8. That 1 hour will be added to 60. I mean, this 1 hour will be taken as 60. So 60 plus 15 will be getting somewhere around 75. Now 75 will subtract 30. 75 will subtract 30, and then you end up getting 5 there, 45. So here will be 45, and here 8 minus 8 is 0. So write down the number of minutes. So the number of minutes is this one here, 45. So don't write 45 minutes because minutes is already there. So just go ahead writing the number 45 like so. Okay, so I hope that is clear. And then let me see. Okay, before I go further, try to take your time, stop, pause this video, and then go ahead copying the notes. And then you can move on to the next question. Okay. Right, 252 is a product of is the product of its prime factors. This question was done in October, November, so we discussed that. So go ahead revising yourself and see what you know. Okay, this is a question which this is one of the questions among the topics which I gave you for the topics which will be the upcoming for midterm tests. So this question is among those topics which I mentioned. I'm not saying that this is the question that's going to come in the midterm test. I'm just saying that this question reflects the topics which I gave you for the upcoming midterm test. So let us try to attempt this question. So Mike has $450. So we have Mike there. This is Mike who has $450 and spends $360. Okay. Gabriela has $3,600 and spends $2,700. The question is, can you tick to show who spends a greater proportion of their money? Can you tick to show who spends a greater proportion of their money? Now, most of the students, when they get questions of this nature, they start guessing that perhaps Gabriela was the one who spent a greater proportion than Mike, or they start guessing probably Mike, so they tick anyway. But to answer this question in the easy way, what you're supposed to do is simply take these expenses. Can you see that Mike has this dollar and spends this money? So you're going to start with Mike here, and then later Gabriela. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to try to write these expenses as a percentage. You are supposed to write these expenses here for Gabriela and Mike respectively. You write them as a percentage. Now, how do we do that? Let me start with Mike, for example. How do we turn $450? How can we write $360 as a percentage of 450? It's simple. So for Mike, you're going to take the expenses, which is $360, divide by 450. Now, this is a fraction. Can you see that? 360 becomes your numerator, 450 becomes your denominator. So 360 over 450. Now, because we need percentage, so you need to multiply by 100%. Okay, this is the easy way of comparing expenses done by two people, or this is the easy way of comparing two or more quantities. You see. So the simple way is to convert those quantities into percentage. Okay, do the same for Gabriela. Gabriela has $3,600 and spends $2,700. So go ahead putting this as a percentage. So you're going to write Gabriela, we have 2700 over 3600. The answer you get, go ahead multiplying by 100. So you need to turn this 2700 as a percentage of that number, and then you do the same for Mike. Okay. So go ahead simplifying this. Then once you get a percentage, it will be easy to know if you do that, if you get everything in percentage, then it will be very easy for you to decide who spends a greater proportion of the money. The greater the percentage, the greater proportion the expenses are. Okay, so let us see who has got a greater percentage of expenses. So cut this and cut that. So by 5, this is 9. And by 5, this is 20. By 9, this is 1. By 9, that is 4. 4 times 20. 4 times 20% will give you 80%. Can you see that? How about Gabriela? So Gabriela, cut these zeros here and cut these 2 zeros there. By 9 is 3. By 9, that is 4. By 4, that is 1. By 4, this is 25. Now you're going to have 3 times 25. You're going to have 3 times 25%. You'll be ending getting 75%. Okay. Now, can you tell me who have got a greater percentage? The greater the percentage, so we say here the greater the percentage, the greater the percentage, the greater proportion. You see this? Tick to show who spends a greater proportion of their money. So we say whoever has the greater percentage, that will show the greater proportion of expenses. So we say the greater the percentage, the greater the proportion, the greater the proportion of expenses in this case. Okay, now the question is, tick to show who spends. So we're gonna tick Mike because Mike is the one who have got the greater percentage. So Mike is the one who have got the greater percentage. So go ahead ticking here, Mike. Show how you worked out your answer. Now, show how, this is a way how we do that. So you can pause the video and take these calculations. One for Mike, another one for Gabriela. Pause that, and then we are good to go. Otherwise, let me check if we have got the next question. No, we don't have any question because this question we have done it in class. Also, this question we did it in class. Pink paint is made. This question is repeated. So go ahead trying this question and then you're good to go. Do we have then another question? Yes, we do. But I'm not going to do this question. I'm not going to do this question because this question is among the topics which we discussed in October, November. Okay. So until next time, let us stop here for today. Until next time, bye-bye. I may upload another video for timetable reading, so stay tuned. Bye.